Hello and welcoming all the lovely kids of Kalaria on the YouTube channel of Srimati R.S. Kalaria YouTube. Today, I Priyanka Chudasma will be enlightening you people with Standard 8 Chemistry chapter NCERT, chapter number 5, that is coal and petroleum. As we know that we have lots of things in surrounding to us. Now, can we identify these things into two categories only? Yes, of course, that is natural and the man-made. Now, for that, let us have an activity to be mentioned over here which is presented to us in our textbook, that is activity 5.1. Now, as you can see in the picture, we are provided with a table which is telling us that we have to classify the things which are in our surrounding into two categories, that is natural and the man-made. So, here we have the natural things, that is water, air, vegetables, fruits, cereals, pulses, soil, CNG and so many of the things to be identified in the natural category. The second one we have is the man-made category. Over here we can put out the examples at vessels, clothes, mobile, toys, pen, soap, plastics, petroleum products and so many other things. So, by this we can conclude that we have two categories, that is natural and the man-made or the artificial one. Here Bujo is having a brilliant question to be asked to us, that is, yes, Bujo is saying something that can we use all our natural resources forever? So, for that we have here two terms which are given in the science, that is inexhaustible natural resource and exhaustible natural resource. So, let us understand what are these two terms. First one is inexhaustible natural resource. That means there are two properties for this, that is unlimited quantity in nature. Now, the things which are available in the nature which are in unlimited, so these are to be considered as the inexhaustible natural resources. The second property we have here, not likely to be exhausted by the human activities. So, they are not going to finish by any of the human activities that we do. Now, let us have the example for that. Which are these products? These are sunlight and air. Yes, we know very well that whatever we do or whatever the activities we conduct, we cannot going to finish the sunlight anyhow, isn't it? So, by this we can say that the human activities by which whatever we are doing or conducting the activities, we cannot going to finish any of these products are to be considered as inexhaustible natural resource. So, they are not going to vanish at any point of the time. So, they are considered to be the inexhaustible natural source, as we had the example sunlight and the air. Now, the second thing, that is exhaustible natural resources, that is opposite of the first one, that is it is going to finish at one of the time interval. So, what are the products or the properties for this? We have first thing is limited in nature. Yes, these things are available in nature, but they are in some little portion or in the limited portions only. The second property, exhausted by the human activities, means whatever the activities we are doing on the earth's surface or anywhere, it is going to finish at one time. So, these are termed as the exhaustible natural resources. Now, let us have the examples for these exhaustible natural resources are the forest. Yes, as we know very well that the forest nowadays are going to finish because we are just cutting them for the selfishness, that is we are going to develop new land over there and we have to construct so many things there. And because of that we have the wildlife also going to vanish faster, because we know that the wild animals are only living in the forest as their habitat. So, they will also be vanished faster. Then we have the minerals. We are just exhausting everything which is available on the crust of the earth. So, we are just taking them out for our uses, that is our utility. For example, we have their coal, petroleum and even the natural gas. So, as they are in a limited amount on the surface of the earth or in the crust of the earth, but we are utilizing them in very fast manner, which is making it exhaustible for a very short time only. So, this is what we have, the exhaustible natural resource and inexhaustible natural resource. Now, let us see some other activity by which we can clarify that what are these products that are going to finish faster. Let us have the activity 5.2. So, here we have activity 5.2. take some container, fill them with the popcorn, peanuts, roasted grams, toffees, etc. Dividing the students into groups. Now here, instead of that eatables, we have just taken the chalk box, and that is filled with the different colors of the chalks, as you can see here. So I am going to separate them out as my usage. So first of all, I am just going to use the white chalk. So I am just taking out all the white chalks that I need. So I just want to have the white chalks out of these container, which is going to separate, because I just love to write with the white chalk. So I am just putting them in a separate way. So here I have just taken out the white chalks in the separate portion. Now I am going to take out the other one. Suppose I am now acting as the second generation. So what I will do, I will allow just to have the orange chalk sticks. So I will be just finding all the orange chalk sticks from here. Now the third generation, suppose I am acting like that, then I will have to take out the other color chalk sticks. Suppose I now love all the green color chalk sticks from the box. So I am going to just separate out these green colored chalk box from here, chalk sticks from this box. Now the fourth generation will be like to have the blue colored chalk sticks from the box. So what will happen? They are also going to be finished. Now the next generation will be taking out the yellow colored chalks, and at last the sixth generation is going to have the pink colored chalks. But now the regular time comes for the seventh generation. But as we can see that for seventh generation there are no such type of the good and healthy chalk sticks available in the box. So we can say that now the first, second, third, fourth and fifth and sixth generations have just exhausted. Suppose this is our Earth's crust. They have just exhausted from Earth's crust, and there is nothing left over for the next seventh generation. So this activity shows us that exhaustible substances will be exhausted in such a way. So first generation, second, third, fourth, fifth and sixth have just utilized whatever was available to them from the crust of the earth, and now there is nothing left for the seventh generation. So by this activity, what do we conclude? Yes, we can say that the exhaustible natural resources are going to finish in this way. So petroleum, coal, natural gas, whatever the things we are using, they are being used for a long time, and then they are going to be vanished from the surface of the earth. So this is what we have learned from this activity 5.2. Now what are the things that is fossil fuel? From these things only we are obtaining all such type of the things, that is the coal, petroleum and natural gas. Now fossil fuels means what? Whenever something or some disaster happen to the nature, what will happen due to that? The plants, the animals will be buried under the soil, and because of the high pressure and high temperature, they will be just constructing the fossils. But as we know that the living beings, when they are buried, they will be releasing some of the liquid, or they will be forming themselves into the solid substance. Now these are called the fossil fuels, because later on we are just going to dig them out and we are going to use them as a fuel. So it is the fossil fuel which is now being utilized for the fuel in our different aspects. Now let's go with the first one which we are going to use. You have in this chapter, that is the coal. What the coal is? As you know very well that coal is a black color substance which we don't like to see, and it is hard as a stone. So yes, we know very well, in the olden days we have seen that the people who were living in the olden times, they were using this coal for having the sagdi to be lighted, to the coal which is used for the burning of the fuel as the chulhas. So here we have what is the look of this coal, how does it look like? As you can see in the picture, the availability कैसा, how does it seems to be, कैसा दिख रहा है हमें coal? It is black in color, so hard as stone and it is black in color. So by this we come to know about the thing that coal appearance is hard and black in the color. Now what are the uses of this coal? So the uses of the coal are, as a fuel to cook the food. Yes, in the olden days it was utilized to make the food and it was used as a fuel to be cooked by the, you can have the sagdi or we can have the chulhas. Next we have the used in the railway engines. Yes, in the railway engines it was utilized to give out the heat and then the engines were working very nicely because of that flames. Now the next usage, used in the thermal power plants. What are these? Yes, we know that when the water is going to be heated, at that time the heat is going to be generated. Now this heat is to be generated by the coal, as we know that the coal is as comparative cheaper, and so we can have that in a huge amount. So for the thermal power plants also we can have the coal for making the electricity and in direct way. Now the next one we have the fuel in the various industries. Yes, being the cheaper one, we can use this in the small industries also in higher level, so that we can have the usage of this fuel for the sufficient manner of the fuel to be utilized. That's why we have the usage of this coal for these purposes, and we have seen how it looks like. Now here comes the next part, which is very interesting. Here is the story of the coal, means how the coal is formed, how the coal was formed. So what is the story behind them? So for that, just look at this video.
The story of coal, how it was formed. About 300 million years ago, the earth had dense forest in low-lying wetland areas. Due to natural processes like flooding, other processes like the earthquake, storms, these forests got buried under the soil. These processes have led the plants and the trees of the forest to have the uprooting, and then these have started burying under the soil. Slowly they were uprooted and then they were buried under the same soil of the forest. So see what will happen to them. These plants are uprooted. Now they are on the soil of the forest. So these plants were covered. Now as more soil will be deposited over them, they were compressed. Now see what happens. This will not happen suddenly. It takes long time for that. So after long time of uprooting of all these plants, slowly these plants were having the deposit of soil over them. So what will happen? Slowly they were being deposited with the soil and they were buried under the soil. See, this is how the soil was deposited on them, and then slowly they were having the temperature also rose over there, and they sank deeper and deeper because of the pressure of the soil, air pressure, atmospheric pressure. They were just buried under this high pressure and high temperature. Dead plants got slowly converted into the coal. Now what will happen? This is how the pressure was applied to it, and then slowly they were having the pressure of the air, pressure of the soil, even the gravity also worked over there. And as it was the forest area, there were no other people who were going over there. So after so many years, more of the pressure was being applied on it, and then after some time, means after about 300 million years after the digging of this, burying of these plants, people have started digging over there. So when we started digging, we found that it was just a land, nothing else was there. But as we started taking out the soil from there, we found something black in color. Now, what is this black in color? By taking out or digging the soil, we found these pieces of the coal, which are black in color, very dark black. See, you can see these pictures. Over here we have the coal. As coal contains mainly carbon, the slow process of conversion of the dead vegetation into coal is called carbonization. So this process of converting of the plant into the coal is known as carbonization. So as many plants have been buried under the soil, that much of the coal we can dig out of it. But that will be after 300 million years will be taking to construct this. Under high pressure and high temperature it will be constructed. It is not one day task. Now, since it was formed from the remains of the vegetation, coal is also called a fossil fuel. Okay, so these are the remains of the vegetation. Vegetation means what? These plants when having high pressure on it, because as they are dead now, they are uprooted, they will be having high pressure of the temperature and pressure of the atmosphere. The soil will be giving the high temperature and pressure, and thus they were converted into the coal. These coals are black in color, and as we have studied, they are hard as stone and black in color. So here we have seen the story of coal, which was about 300 million years ago.
Now, after looking at this activity, let us find out what are the things that we can obtain from this coal. So, here we have coal can be refined, or we can say they can be chemicalized, or they can be processed to get the first product, that is known as the coke. Now, while we are taking out the coke, what we will be getting? Yes, we will be getting the coal tar also, and as a byproduct we will be getting the coal gas also. Now, what are these three things and what are their uses in our life? So, when we are looking at the coke, we have, it is a tough substance and it is porous also. Along with that, it is black in color. As we know that the coal itself is a black in color. So, whatever the products will be made from this will be obviously in black in color. So, here we have, and what are the usage of this coke? Yes, this coke is utilized for manufacturing of the steel, and other use is the extraction of the metals from their ore. So, this is very important usage of this coke, we can say. The second product that we are getting is the coal tar. Yes, you must have heard that the coal tar is used for making the road surfacing, isn't it? But nowadays it is being replaced by one of the petroleum product, that is known as the bitumen. We will be learning about that also in the further chapter. So, here we can say that what is the color of this coal tar? It is black in color and it is thick liquid. So, we can say that it is one of the liquid state. Then it is unpleasant smell. So, it possesses the smell which is not being liked by any of the person. So, it is unpleasant smell, and there is a treasure inside this coal tar. What you know? It contains 200 substances inside it. Means we can take out more 200 substances from it. Now, as we have lot of things, the usage of this coal tar is also a wide. So, let us have the reading portion for that. So, we have the products being coming out from the coal tar are synthetic dyes, drugs, explosives, perfumes, the paints, the plastics, the photographic films we have, the roofing materials, and so many of the other things can be made from this coal tar. So, we can say that it is again a treasure of the things inside it, isn't it? Now, we know that as we have the coal gas. Now what is the coal gas? It is the gaseous state of the coal when we are processing them, and it is utilized as a fuel from where we have the nearby industries where the coal is going to be transferred to the coke. At that moment only we are going to obtain the coal gas. That's why we have the industries which are close to this industrials of the coal. There only they can utilize this as a fuel very faster or often. The other usage we have in the 1810 in the London, this coal gas was first of all utilized for giving the light to the streets, that is the street lights. Then later in 1820 it was utilized in the New York for the same purpose, and now as a source of heat than the light. Now we can utilize these things in the formation of the heat also. So now we come to know that this fuel can be utilized to give us the heat also. Now the other things which we are having is now the second topic, that is the petroleum. Now similar to the coal, we have the petroleum product also being manufactured from the natural substances by the fossil fuels only. Now which of these substances are there which were used over there to make this petroleum the natural resource? So here first of all let us go through this word petroleum. Now here the petra word indicates the rock and the lium word indicates the oil, means the oil which is extracted from the rock, that is impersive rock, is known as petroleum. Now which is mined under the earth. As we can see over here in the picture, we can see that there are some layers separated by the nature itself, which is showing us how the things are present in the nature in different way. The first one we can have at the bottom is the reservoir rock. From this reservoir rock we can find out the petroleum, that is the oil which you can find here in the second layer, and the top of it we have the oil. So this oil is also going to be useful for us. So at the first we have the reservoir rocks, and then we have the water, and on the top of that we have the layer of the oil. As we know that the density of the oil is very lighter as comparison to the density of the water, so it is going to float on the water's layer. So this water is going to be the downwards, but the oil being lighter in weight, it is going to float over there, and on the top of that we have the gas. Yes, this is what the natural gas we have. Now how to separate out or how to take out these things from the core of the earth? So what we can do? We can dig the wells. As you can see in the picture mentioned, there are two wells shown to us. One is for the gas and the other is for the oil. So these are the things by which we can take out these natural products from the earth's crust. Now here we have the petroleum. Now what the petroleums are? They are made from the organisms living in the sea. As we know very well that the petroleum is obtained from the sea. So it is not the other things rather than the sea materials, that is the aquatic life. One of the time the aquatic life has just been buried under this soil, and because of the high pressure and the temperature over there, they have just been converted into the fossil fuels, and because of that we have obtained the petroleum product from the sea, and this is what the petroleum that we are getting from the sea area only. Here we have the usage of this petroleum in 1859 in the USA, that is in the Pennsylvania, we had got the first use of this petroleum where it was being drilled first time. So we get it there, and later after 8 years we have got it in, that is in 1867 we got it in the Makum in the Assam, and later in India also at many of the centers we have just obtained that. For example, we have found it in the Gujarat, Mumbai High, and in the river basins of the Godavari and the Krishna. So it is very much useful product for us that we have got this in our India country also. Now the next one we have is the refining of the petroleum. What is the requirement to do this refining of this petroleum? as we know that the refining is required for the substance which can be separated into different parts. Yes, similarly petroleum is also a treasure of so many of the things inside it. Now from that is the petroleum, we can extract so many of the things, but by the way of distillation. So this will be done by the refining, and this is what the refining process will be giving us. Now what they are going to have, what is their refining? We will be obtaining from their petrol, kerosene, LPG, paraffin wax, lubricating oils and so many of the other products. When we are going to refine this petroleum which is black and thick liquid. So let us find out what are the things obtained from here and what are their usage in our routine life. So as we can see table 5.1 on your screen, what are the things shown to us? Yes, here we have lot of products and their usage which are mentioned to us, so that we come to know that they are the petroleum products. Now first one we have is the LPG, that is the petroleum gas in the liquid form. Then what is the usage? Yes, we know very well that it is being used as a fuel for the home also and for the industrial purposes also. Then next one we have here is the petrol. What is the usage? Yes, we know very well it is being used over there in the light automobiles. So next one we have, or even the aviation fuel. What is this aviation fuel? Yes, the fuel which is utilized in the aircraft, which is the pure form of the petrol. Then the solvent for the dry cleaning. Whenever the clothes are going for the dry cleaning, there we are using a little bit amount of the petrol for cleaning it very nicely, that is in the dry way. Next one we have the kerosene. What is the usage of this kerosene? It is used as a fuel for the stove and lamps for the jet aircrafts also. The next one we have is the diesel here. Now what is the use of this diesel? Yes, diesel is used as a fuel for the heavy vehicles and the electrical generators too. So next one we have is the lubricating oil, which is utilized only for the lubrication of any of the purpose. Then we have the paraffin wax. What is the usage of this paraffin wax? It is utilized in the ointments, that is the creams that we apply on our skin, whether it is the medical, that is the we have the soframycins, or any of the creams which are going to give it the whiteness to our skin. So any of the ointments or the lotions that we apply on our skin is already possessing this type of the thing, that is the paraffin wax. Then the candles are being made by this paraffin wax itself. Then the vaselines which we use in the winter season specially. So these are the usage of the paraffin wax we have. The last one we have is the bitumen. What is the usage of this? It's the paints and the road surfacing. As we know that the coal tar is now replaced with this bitumen. So this bitumen is utilized for road surfacing also. So by this way we come to know that what are the usage of this petroleum products we have after refining these things into different products. So here we have a small paragraph which is telling that something better for this petroleum, that is the petroleum is known as a black gold. Now we know that the petroleum's color is black in color, and why it is mentioned as the gold? Because it is a precious thing. Why it is a precious thing? It possesses lot of things inside it, and when it is refined, as we have seen, lot of things are coming out which are very much precious to our self. So this is what we are saying, that petrochemicals are the products which are being made from such type of the petroleum things. So it is termed as the petrochemicals over there. And the other things we have is manufacturing of the detergents. We have fibers, that is the polyester, the nylon and the acrylic and other things also. They are being used by these petrochemicals. They are using these petrochemicals to make themselves. Next one we have the polythene and other man-made plastics also being made from such type of the products which are obtained from the petroleum itself. So hydrogen gas obtained from the natural gas is used in the production of the fertilizers, that is the urea and some other also. Then due to its great commercial importance, we are saying the petroleum as the black gold. So next one we have is the natural gas. Let's look at that. Now let's go with the next topic, that is natural gas. So what is this natural gas? Yes, that is compressed natural gas which we utilize in our routine life for the different purpose. that is in the automobiles. You must have seen the auto rickshaws nowadays with the green color, which is indicating that they are using the CNG, that is the compressed natural gas. Now what actually this natural gas is? Yes, again it is a natural one resource which is available from the nature, and it is again a form of the fossil fuels which is being provided to us from the nature itself. So when this gas is available in the nature as it is, it contains maximum of its constituent as the methane gas. Now this gas, when is utilized or when it is taken out, it does not need any of the refining or any of the purification. So we can directly utilize this thing, that is the CNG or the natural gas, for our domestic purpose or the industrial purpose. Now being this natural gas, which is again an important fossil fuel because it is easy to transport through the pipelines. So this is very easy and cheaply available anywhere, but we have some of the sources also of places where they are found in a maximum amount. Now natural gas are compressed on a high temperature, on a high pressure, then it will be termed as the CNG, that is a compressed natural gas. Now here we have the advantages of the CNG. What are these advantages we have? It can be used directly for the burning in the homes and in the factories also. So as we know that this is available in the nature as it is, there is no requirement to purify them. So they are very easily and with a low cost they can be used for this purpose in the domestic way also and for the factories also. The second point, it can be transferred by the pipelines, so it is very easily transferred from one place to the other. And nowadays we have this facility available in the Vadodara, in Gujarat and in Delhi also. We are having these pipeline facilities where the CNG is available to their doorsteps in the pipeline way. So this is what the benefit of the CNG we have. Now looking at the picture of the Bujo's face, Bujo is having a query. What is this query? Let us find out. Bujo is saying that can coal, petroleum and the natural gas be prepared in the laboratory now from the dead organisms? So what do you prefer the answer should be? Yes, think on that. Then I will be giving you again the answer for the same question. But before that, let's have a small look at the CNG. They are used for the starting material for the manufacturing of the many of the chemicals and the fertilizers, and then India has a vast reserves for the natural gas. So we are having lot of sources from where we can get this natural gas in our India. As the name, we have Tripura, Rajasthan, Maharashtra and in the Krishna and Godavari deltas also. So this is a wide variety, or we have the wide things for the sources of these natural gases in our India. So we can utilize them. Now coming to the answer of the Bujo's question. So what did you suggested? Yes, we cannot prepare anything like the fossil fuels in our laboratory. Why? Because as we have seen in the video also, where the story of the coal is mentioned, it says that before 300 million years. So can you think on that we can survive or we can just exhibit the experiment up to 300 million of the years? We cannot, and it's quite not possible for ourselves. So what we can do? We can say the answer that we cannot prepare any of the fossil fuels like the coal, petroleum or the natural gas in the laboratories, because it is time consuming, means 300 of the million of the years will be taking, and high pressure is required which we cannot create in our labs. High temperature is maintained. So this cannot be prepared in our lab. So this is the reason why we cannot exhibit this type of the natural resources in our laboratory. Now coming to the last topic of this chapter, we are having here some natural resources are limited. For that, what are the steps that we can take? So here we have some of the points being given to us. Here they are saying that some of the natural resources are exhaustible, like the fossil fuels, forest, minerals, etc., which we have already seen. Now what we have to do? It required the dead organisms to for the millions of the years to be formed or converted into the fossils, and then from there we get the fuels. So we are taking lot of time, the nature will take lot of time to prepare them, but that also from the dead organisms. Now it will last only for the few hundreds of the years, because we know that they are the exhaustible natural resources and they are being utilized by the human activities in such a huge amount that we are going to finish this at faster rate. So we can say that the burning of these fuels is a major cause of even the air pollution to us. As we know that before few years we had in the news that the Delhi's environment, which was to be a fog environment in the morning, but it has converted into the smog. That means it is the combination of the smoke and the fog. So people don't realize that it is the smoke which is coming to their nostrils, and that is going to harm their full body, that is the lungs also. So infections can be there because of this pollution. So for this reason we should be reducing such type of the fuels to be burnt openly. The next one we have there are the linked to the global warming. Why? Because when we are using these type of the fuels and they are going to create lot of pollution in the air, it is going to have the high temperature in the atmosphere. As we have already studied about the global warming, the greenhouse effect in our earlier chapters. So what will happen to the condition of the environment of the earth? Yes, it is also going to be harmed by what? The global warming. What does the global warming suggest us? That the heat will be trapped from the sun to the earth's surface for a long time, and this trapped heat is not good for us. That means they will be giving the skin cancer to the human beings, and even the glaciers of the ice will be also melting in a faster rate and will be rising the level of the sea, and thus we will have the landscapes also being possible because of this reason. So when we are saying that air pollution is nothing, but at last it is going to harm us a lot in our human beings environment. So this is what the things are. The next point, that it is absolutely necessary whenever we are using the vehicles. It is not that we have to ban the vehicles suddenly at a point, but we can use it in the way that will be certainly being used. So when it is emergency or we are having the necessity to use them, at that moment only we should be utilizing the vehicles and the fuels to be utilized. But on and often when we are using it just for the fun or for our entertainment, it's not to be utilized in that way. The next things are that the better for the resulting of the better environment and the smaller risk of the global warming, there are the availability of the longer period of the time, and these things are being given or suggested by a institute that is known as the PCRA. What is this PCRA? Yes, Petroleum Conservation Research Association. What these people are doing, they are just giving us the suggestions how to improve our environment and how to reduce the utility of the fossil or the fuels that we are having in our nature. So here we have some of the points being declared or advised by them for our betterment. So as you can see here, we have 4 points being mentioned. The first one says that drive at a constant and moderate speed as far as possible. So what do we mean by the constant and the moderate speed? Constant means whenever it is given that 20 kilometers per hour, or you can have the driving for these areas at 20 kilometers, then we should be following that. What is the meaning of the moderate now? Moderate means whenever it is changing, suppose we are driving on the highway and there it is mentioned 60 speed should be maintained, so we should be going for that speed only. There we should not be going more than that, that is 120 or 100. It will be harming the other vehicles also over there. So this is what the moderate and the constant speed is to be maintained when we are driving. The second point that suggests us is switch off the engine at the traffic lights or at a place where you have to wait. So, if we are aware that here the train will be arriving and we have to wait for a long time, we need to switch off our vehicles. Why? Because this petrol is nothing else than the part of the petroleum, as we know very well, and these petroleum are the natural resource which are going to be exhausted soon. So, we ourselves can save this from the environment by putting such few small steps which are in our hands. So, we need to switch off the engine of our bike or our vehicles whenever we have to wait for some time or we are standing with the traffic over there. So, suggesting the next point we have here, ensure that the correct tire pressures are maintained. What do we mean by this? See, if we are having the high pressure in the vehicles, we may have the jumping or the slipping problems over there being created in the vehicles. But if it is very low, you can say that the consumption of the fuel will be more when we are having the low of the tire pressures. So, for that we need to maintain, and you know that for this reason only the government has also provided the air pressure nearby the petrol pump itself, and that is also free of cost. So, what they are suggesting that whenever you come to have the fuels in your bikes or the vehicles or any of the automobiles, during that time you need to check out your air pressures in both the tires regularly. So, this will be maintaining the less amount of the fuel being utilized by us. So, coming to the last point over here, as we can see that ensure the regular maintenance of the vehicle. Now, what do we mean by this? Yes, we need to service our automobiles regularly. When they are the new automobiles, we are given with the free of the service, isn't it? So, why should not be utilizing that? Of course, to be utilize that, and we have to just make it service for long time durations. And after that also, when the companies are not giving us the services, but still then also we need to maintain our vehicles with the good service, so that they are washed very nicely, they are cleanly maintained, and there will be less of the fuel being consumed by them, because the engines are working nicely, there are less of the dirt problems present over there in the wheels and the vehicles, and so we can have the highly nicely working vehicles with less consumption of the fuels. So, by this way I end up the chapter, that is chapter number 5, coal and petroleum. I hope that you have understood this chapter very well and need to apply these rules in our life also. Thank you.